Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the new HGLRC Flame F4 V2 Flight Controller PDB combo board, and this is the version 2. I did a review on the version 1 about 6 or 7 months ago. That was a very popular board. If you guys are looking to do builds where you want to combine your flight controller and your PDB into a single board, this was a very popular option. And this one here, they sort of redesigned it. It's got pretty much the same features as the version 1. Got the F4 flight controller, you got your MPU 6000 gyro, so it's an 8K gyro, you got your 16 megs of black box data, has a built-in current sensor, has a built-in 5 volt 3 amp BEC, you have a Betaflight OSD. One of the things that they changed from the old version to the new version is they used to have a whole bunch of tiny capacitors on the bottom side of the board. I think it was about 90 capacitors for filtering noise from the motors and ESCs, and also to handle voltage spikes. And I think what they've done is when the redesign here, they've replaced the tiny ones with a smaller number of larger capacitors, and in addition they're now including an external capacitor as well. This is a 1000 microfarad 35 volt capacitor, so you probably want to use that and solder that directly onto the battery leads here. Another design change that they made is they've gone from the M3 holes for mounting to these M4 holes, and they're now including these rubber dampeners, so you're going to have to obviously install those, and then they'll give you an M3 hole for mounting to your stack, and that will actually dampen vibrations, help with tuning. I think that if you had to use the old version, obviously without any dampening, there was more chance of vibrations getting through, but with this new mounting method, that'll help quite a bit with vibration issues. Now the other thing that they're changing here is they've increased the size of a lot of these solder pads here. And let me just go over some of them real quick here. So you got your UARTs here, TX6, RX6, RX3, TX3, and then on this side over here, on the other side, you've got your connections for your various receivers. You got your 5 volt ground, DSMX, S-Bus, and PPM connections here, and you see that the solder pads here are quite a bit bigger than they used to be on the version 1, so that should help with installation. And for those of you guys that were having a hard time with the tiny solder pads on the version 1, this should help a lot on the version 2. I believe the basic layout for the rest of the board is going to be the same. Let's see here. Motor 1 is on this side here, so you got motor 1, motor 2, 3, and 4. And you have your ESC connections on the corner, which is ideal, plus and minus, and then you have your signal. There's your signal there, so those are actually better solder pads. That pretty much is the same. I think they did obviously move a few components around in the new design. If you want to see the old design, I don't have that board anymore, but I still have that video up, and I'll put a card in the corner to that video if you want to compare. I think that they made quite a bit of improvements, obviously, in the version 2. So if you have a version 1, or if you want to replace it and go to version 2, this looks like the way to go. And one more thing to note is that it doesn't look like there's any solder pads that are unique to the bottom of the board, so it looks like you probably just could install it, and all the solder pads are going to be on the top. Obviously there's some that you can get to on the bottom here, like for the ESC, the battery leads, for example. But all of those are duplicated here on the top as well, so you shouldn't have any issues with installing it first to your craft and then go ahead and do all your soldering. Anyways, going to do it for this quick overview of the HGLRC Flame F4 V2. I will probably have this in a build fairly soon, and we're combining this with their new video transmitter DVR combo. So it'll be a build, a 5-inch build with two 30x30 boards in the center stack and ESCs on the arms. So be on the lookout for that video if you're interested in seeing how this performs. I have a pretty good feeling that this is going to be just fine and will perform as well or better than the version 1. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.